I just had to share this post on Reddit with you. A certain class of radiolarians, called the Acanthera, are unique in that they have skeletons made of strontium. I have a friend who studies these, and she said that it can be hard because strontium is so rare in the water that as soon as these creatures die and their skeleton isn't actively maintained, they just dissolve away as if they were never there. What the hell? Strontium skeletons. Also, how would a single cold organism even have a skeleton? It's just a hardened cell membrane. What is this? Someone said that these are just grown, look. Radiolarians, which have been around for more than 600 million years, are single-celled organisms that evolved into intricate symmetrical shapes. And are these supposed to just evolve naturally? Come on. I have to look into this, I'll tell you if I find out.
The Radiolaria would become a lifelong obsession. He named and classified them, drew and painted them, and in their astonishing variety, he sought the key to the creative power of nature. Radiolarian is part of the floating oceanic plankton, a frothy amoeba-like drop of protoplasm with a network of branching pseudopods to engulf and absorb tiny prey. The Radiolarian to construct a glass-like skeleton in each species. But the Radiolarian also absorbs silica from seawater, then extrudes it to construct a glass-like skeleton. In each species, this translucent cage assumes a unique form. The Radiolaria are over 500 million years old, among the earliest skeletonized life forms. They are like an alphabet of possibilities, as if the ancient sea were dreaming in its depths all the future permutations of organic and invented form, from backbones to bridges, and from the earth to the stars.
What? That's incredible. Look at the variety and just the fact that it just happens. What decides it? What affects it? That's remarkable.
Many years ago, as now, my mind strove with eager delight to study and discover the creative life of nature. It is eternal unity in manifold manifestation. The great is little, the little is great, and everything after its kind, ever changing and yet preserving itself, near and far and far and near, and so shaping and reshaping itself. I am here to wonder at it.
Astounding. I wonder if the proportions are within the Fibonacci sequence like everything else is in nature. You know, the proportions, like the distance, the length of your thigh bone and your shin bone, that's the ratio difference, is the Fibonacci sequence. And that is also the case with everything in nature, follows that sequence, that ratio. That's amazing, look at all the different variations, and just, this is mind blowing. They look like those incense holders of tea strainers, you know, for infusing herbal teas and stuff. That's amazing, isn't it? Look at all that. Wow. Endlessly variable, but always the same. Like nature's Fabergé eggs, sort of thing. The seeds and pods and everything, just see it all, can't you? Bridges, towers, just look. It's like those Mandalot drawings as well. Oh, superb. The Radiolaria, also called radiozoa or protozoa, of diameter 0.1 to 0.2 millimeter, that's tiny, that produce intricate mineral skeletons, typically with a central capsule dividing the cell into the inner and outer proportions of endoplasm and ectoplasm. The elaborate mineral skeleton is usually made of silica. These are found as zooplankton throughout the ocean, and their skeletal remains make up a large part of the cover of the ocean floor as siliceous ooze. Due to their rapid changes species, they represent an important diagnostic fossil found from the Cambrian onwards. Some common radiolarian fossils include then have needle-like pseudopods supported by bones and microtubules. Wow, they're just odd. They are so odd. Weird. What's all that about? Crazy, eh? Yeah, more examples of them. Crazy. Perfect they are. It's like a magic mushroom. I've just realised. The head of a psilocybin. They're weird. They just freak me out, man. Is that not just the oddest thing? More examples here. Weird. Right, I've got something for you. 2 minutes. Right, just something I came across. I just thought I'd share it with you. The hotel attraction was proposed by architect Antoni Gaudi for a skyscraper in New York City. I think that Antoni Gaudi is the guy who did Barcelona, the weird. I'll show you. For a skyscraper in New York City. The project was commissioned in May 1908, planned for a total height of 360 metres. 360s there. Many believed its futuristic design to be unrealistic for its time. Little is known about its origin, and the project remained unknown until 1956, so for nearly 50 years it remained unknown, when a report by John Matamala I Flotats was published called When the New World called Gaudi. The drawings for the Attraction Hotel were proposed as a basis for the rebuilding of Ground Zero in Manhattan. Does that mean... A modified version of the drawings by Paul LaFollette earned broad media attention. The architect planned to feature a memorial at its base at the Sphere for Plaza Fountain as centre of an observation platform at the top of the hotel. The hotel was featured in the Fox Broadcasting television show Fringe. It was featured in the New York City skyline in the alternate universe. So, 1908, 1956, and then the drawings for the Attraction Hotel were proposed as a basis for the rebuilding of Ground Zero. So that means after 9/11. So there was gonna... Look, the New World Order, the New World called Gaudi, so the New World plans, what never got realised in the early part of the century, were gonna be realised after 9/11. And built on Ground Zero. It's there. It says it there. Why did they want to rehash a 1908 idea? The New World. Just... Welcome back to Curbed Could Have Been, and we investigate why some of the outlandish proposals and grandiose buildings that were never built. Today we have a special Hotels Week edition. Nova plan that never saw the light of day. Right, in the early 1900s, the Astors, Rockefellers and other rich folk were busy building up New York City with elaborate bois buildings. Two unknown businessmen wanted to build something different, so they travelled to Spain and met the whimsical genius Antoni Gaudi, whose Catalan modernist architecture was unlike anything in America. Gaudi proposed a soaring grand hotel, 1,100 feet into the sky. It was envisioned as a downtown playhouse, 6 floors of restaurants, a large theatre, lecture hall, multiple galleries, exhibition space, star-shaped sphere atop the tower, giving 30 people at a time unobstructed views of the city. Well, unfortunately, this virtual reality is as close as we'll ever get to seeing the real thing. Is it appearing Fringe? Look, many people believe that the futuristic hotel proposed for an unspecified Lower Manhattan site, although some believe it was planned for the World Trade Center site, was unrealistic at the time, and Untapped New York notes that there are 2 versions of why the building never rose. One story says that Gaudi fell ill in 1909, therefore cancelling the project, while another, more dramatic tale, says that Gaudi, a communist, disagreed with the businessman's desires to cater to the wealthy, so he abandoned the project on principle. All that remains of the plans are a few conceptual sketches, most drawn by Juan Matamala, but the building has by no means been forgotten. In 2003, a group of Spanish architects submitted the plans into the New World Trade Center Design Competition. I've got another article from this Untapped Cities one I'm going to look at. It seems to be an alright site. I'm going to have a fair look at that, the New York City that never was, because I feel there'll be a lot of clues to people involved in that, and going to be people worth looking at. Okay, just let me pause a sec. This is the New Yorker Hotel. Art Deco, built in 1930. And I believe that Tesla lived there, but it had a power plant in the basement. It was, at the time, it was the largest, tallest building above ground and going underground as well. Okay, got a plan here at the New Yorker Hotel from 1930s. And it was like unreal. It was unlike anything else at the time. Take a look here. Look, a glimpse at the mechanical servants that perform superhuman tasks hidden from the sight of guests. Indicator shows position of elevators by coloured lights. Master panel sets and releases automatic elevator controls. Dispatcher controls elevators from lobby. The telephone permits dispatcher to speak with any operator. New York's 43-storey hotel, the highest in the world, above the highest hotel in the world, above the street and the deepest below. It's preparing to open, so it's underground as well. Preparing to open its doors for the public. April 1930. Telephones jangle in the chief engineer's office. The New York Hotel, probably the most mechanised hotel in the world, is a vertical village that can hold 5,000 inhabitants. It has 2,500 guest rooms. Only the Stevens Hotel in Chicago, with 3,000, has a greater capacity. Erected so recently, the hotel was able to take advantage of the last word in mechanical equipment. Competent, superhuman servants unseen by the guests. They are buried mostly in 4 underground floors, like the machinery behind the scenes of a modern theatre. I have already passed through an impressive lobby and descending winding staircases, so many that I have lost count, to reach the office of the chief engineer in the 4th basement. So it's a crazy, crazy place. And it had a power plant what could handle of city of 35,000. So this is showing the boilers. Look at that. That's locomotive steam engine. That's boiler house, isn't it? That's locomotive engine run from these boilers under here. See these with the 2 handles on. That's where your coal would have gone in. I take it this would have been dual. You'd have been able to put oil or coal in this, I imagine. It'll have had a tank with oil just in case. It'll back up. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Several furnaces. These look like they needed to be shoveled though. But no, that's just for cleaning. They've been screw fed like ships or. Anyway, the New Yorker was the most advanced hotel in the world technologically when it was built, says Kinney. It's 1 million square feet above ground and 200,000 square feet below ground. The Institute of Electrical and Electrical Engineers named the New York Hotel an IEE milestone in electrical engineering and computing for having the largest generating plant in the United States when it was built. It was also one of the first generation power plants in the world. There are only a little over 100 IE milestone sites in the world, and the New York Hotel joins the ranks of places like Niagara Falls and Bell's Laboratory. Look, switchboard, look at the size of it, which included labels for ice rink and other locations. The power plant was installed in 1929 and had enough capacity to provide electrical power for a city of 35,000 people. As such, the hotel remained completely off the power grid, for 30 years. High pressure boilers made 180 pounds steam, sending it to a massive 8-cylinder diesel locomotive steam engine that powered the direct current electrical generators. Exhaust steam was used for heating and other activities within the building, providing the cogeneration part of the plant. Down in the basement, you can still see the motors, over 200 of them, and a 60-foot long switchboard, which Kinney refers to as the Frankenstein board. No wonder. Look at condition it's in. That should all be like, you know what I mean, in as good a condition as it can be in. That should all be treasured. The boiler system he devised, replacing the high pressure boilers with low pressure ones, saved the hotel $3 to $4 million a year and kept the business solvent during some difficult years. The current boiler system, look how ugly that is compared to the majesty of that. All that brass and steel and steam and glass. Just look, still there. 100 years later. That won't be. Let's take a look at some more interesting facts about the New York Hotel. The Church of Reverend Moon owns the New Yorker Hotel. Wyndham operates the New York Hotel, but the building is owned by the Unification Church, the religious group founded by Reverend Sun Myung Moon, the Moonies as they are nicknamed, purchased the building in 1976 for $5 million. After the hotel itself closed in 1972 during the peak of financial troubles in New York City, the Moonies used the building as a headquarters and for housing. On July 1st, 1982, a mass wedding of over 4,000 people took place inside the Grand Ballroom of the New Yorker Hotel. Yeah, they have them large Mooney ceremonies, don't they? There's a bank vault in the hotel. Can't think. Was built atop the site of the former Manufacturers Trust Company Bank, which agreed to the demolition of their building as long as they were given space inside the new YORKER Hotel for their operations. They were also given free rent for 50 years until 1980. As such, a bank space was built inside the basement, the second floor of the New Yorker. Kinney himself did the schematics to make the bank vault connect to the hotel portion, and the creativity is paid off. The bank vault area will reopen as a bar sometime this year. There's an underground tunnel that used to lead to the subway. Look at the state it's in. All that should be in good order, shouldn't it? It just needs cleaning, and there's no, you know what I mean, structurally all that's just, they built things to last. 200 feet below the New Yorker lies a secret underground tunnel that connected the establishment to Penn Station. Take a look at Penn Station, gorgeous. I can't believe it. There were originally 22 granite eagles located in the original Penn Station. I thought I was going to find it there, but Penn Station was beautiful, wasn't it? The New Yorker was always equipped with the latest advances in technology. Television comes to the Hotel New Yorker. Protector A bathrooms. Specially constructed portable ultraviolet ray equipment of high intensity renders every one of Hotel New Yorker's 2,500 bathrooms thoroughly sanitary. Wow, that was ahead of its time, wasn't it? Using ultraviolet lights for killing bacteria. With 1948, the hotel had the most televisions with a single building in the world. Within a single building in the world, there were protector ray UV lights in the bathrooms for sanitisation, starting in 1941, with the added benefit of having all treated bathrooms sealed with cellophane. God, it was ahead of its time, wasn't it? Teletype service for room reservations. The radio installation in New York, the largest ever made, has been completed, and the entire system is now in operation from 12 noon till 12 midnight every day. Special shortwave equipment to receive programs from foreign countries delayed the installation for several weeks. Crazy, eh? The New York Hotel Archives. Oh, brilliant. Look at that there. Design it. It's big, isn't it? I didn't realise it was that big. Kinney has collected over 4,000 historical images. Famous guests ranging from Muhammad Ali to Reverend Moon. He has a high quality scanner, online archive. Right. Look, Nikola Tesla lived and died in a room in the New Yorker hotel. This is what people want to be known about. Nikola Tesla lived and died in a room in the New Yorker hotel. From 1933 until his death a decade later, Nikola Tesla lived in rooms 3327 and 3328 on the 33rd floor of the New Yorker hotel. So, 15 and 16. 11. 1. Anyway, the room itself has been renovated. You can see photos of it in an earlier state on the Tesla Society website. Kinney believes Tesla chose to live in the New York hotel precisely for its technological advancements, despite its use of direct current. As New Yorker recounts, Tesla died penniless, having failed to capitalise on his revolutionary discoveries, but today he has legions of followers who make the trek to rooms 3327 and 3328. Dr. Lubor Vujovic, Secretary General of Tesla Memorial Society of New York, writes that Tesla relocated to the New Yorker from the Waldorf Astoria. There was an ice rink in the New Yorker hotel. There was an ice rink. Beautiful. Quite small, but it's still a fucking ice rink. Oh, it's retractable ice rink. Could be moved in and out as needed. The ice rink was constructed out of connecting sways 20 feet long and 4 feet wide, refrigerated to keep cool. What meal, eh? There's a spot in the New Yorker hotel basement where you can look all the way up to the 34th Street sidewalk. Mental. You can see the bottom of 34th Street sidewalk from a hidden air shaft next to the power plant located behind a small metal door. It brings air into the building and goes about way up the doorway before Kinney opens it for us. 34th Street. The coordinates for weird buildings are always 34th is the next street along, like one of the last vlogs I did showing the naval base in San Diego. The coordinates are 34. So that's on 33. Anyway, what's the last one? The hidden murals by Louis Jambois, buried treasure or lost forever. Wow. Look at that lobby. That's the lobby of the place. And say we do build anything like this today, it's all fake and it's cheap looking and it looks tacky. But they did it then, but they used the real articles and the real glass and, you know, so it didn't look tacky because it was the real deal and it showed. Hungarian immigrant and artist Louis Jambois painted 26 murals in the New York hotel spread throughout the lobby and the grand ballroom. One of the lobby murals was historical and depicted the settlement in New York by the Dutch. On the other end of the lobby showed the skyline of Manhattan. There were also ceiling panels with a gold background. Look at it, just so luxurious. Most of the murals appear to have been covered or removed in the numerous renovations. Kinney himself has only seen 2 located in the banking hall but covered. The rest, he says, could either be buried treasure beneath layers and later layers or completely lost forever. I'm going to show some. That. As the map shows, the private tunnel. I want to blow that up. As the map shows, the private tunnel linking the New Yorker to Penn Station leads also to stations of 3 important subway lines by which you can reach any part of the city quickly. So this will link up with the Oculus now. That's where the Oculus is as well. I'm pretty sure. In fact, I know it is. the Oculus, what I showed him, a vlog I did a while back. Anyway, look at Steve. That tiling will be original, won't it? I love how I can do this so I can make things bigger when it won't let me on there. Only a bit like, but it just helps. Can't read these boxes, but wow, fascinating place there. The 20s, 30s, the Art Deco style, I love it. Just beautiful. Stunning. Look at that. How could they let it get like that? Well, I know how, because they're just interested in filling rooms, aren't they? And turning it over. They don't care about the behind the scenes in hotels and places like that. Right. I'll leave it at that, folks. I don't think anything else to add. Oh, I was doing gonna do a vlog about ugly art and how the CIA weaponised art in the 50s. And I was just comparing how we used to paint then and we paint now. We were just so different, weren't we? Even the average people were. Right, it's a long vlog as it is. I'll leave it all at that. Hope everybody's okay. And making the best of what this life's throwing at us on a daily basis. Take care, y'all. Bye now.